And now we move on to the portion of the video that I feel is the most important and relevant to you as someone that wants to pursue singing after high school. Hi friends, I'm going to try to keep you on your toes here on this channel and bounce around to different things that I think are super, super important topics that I want you to know about. What I want to talk about today may freak you out, it may motivate you, or it could make you super freaking pumped to get out of high school and into college. I'm a tough love kind of girl. You can ask any of my friends, so you know I'm gonna give it to you straight, I promise, but don't say I didn't warn you. Here's the thing. Your college experience will probably not be a replica of your high school experience. You can hate me all you want, but someone needs to tell you that college is so different from high school. And I'm sure that you've probably heard this before. I'm sure someone has told you, but just add me to the list of people that really need you to know that your college experience most likely will be very different from what you experienced in high school. Here are just a few ways in which college is different than high school. The first thing that's different is class time. In high school, you spend 6 to 7 hours a day in school going from one class period to the next. So that adds up to about 35 hours of school a week. In college, you're actually only going to spend 12 to 16 hours per week in class. And not all of your classes will take place during the day because a lot of classes are offered in the evenings. So your schedule can kind of be all over the place, and it's kind of weird to adjust to when you first get into college. The second thing that's very different is your class size. In high school, your classes are probably not any bigger than maybe 35 kids on the high end, right? Especially if you're at a bigger school. But in college, depending on the size of the college or university that you attend, your classes can be between 20 kids and 100 kids, or even more than 100 sometimes if you go to a really big university. Some classes take place in those huge lecture halls that can hold hundreds of students. So that means that that time that you would get with your teacher in high school, the one-on-one time, is not there because there's too many students to manage. This means that if you are struggling, it is up to you to get the help that you need when you're in college. The third thing about college that is completely different from high school is the lifestyle. This is something that I think a lot of people overlook and that I don't think I was as prepared for when I went off to college as I needed to be. Nobody is going to make you go to school, especially if you live on campus away from your family. Your parents aren't going to wake you up every day and say, time to go to class. It's not going to happen. It's up to you. You're an adult now. Nobody's going to wake you up every day and get your butt out the door to class. You have to do it. Your professors may not even formally take roll every day in class, but they will know if you're not there and it will affect your grade. So don't think just because Miss Jones or Professor Jones doesn't take roll every day that you can get away with skipping class every week. It's not going to work, I promise. And now we move on to the portion of the video that I feel is the most important and relevant to you as someone that wants to pursue singing after high school. Your experience in choirs, musicals, plays, etc., 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 will not be the same as the experience that you have had in high school. What do I mean by this? Well, let me ask you something. Where you're at in high school right now, do you get a lot of solos in choir? Do you almost always get a lead in the spring musical? Are you one of the it kids in your school's music program? If the answer is yes, good for you. You go, Glen Coco. High school is probably super fun for you. That's awesome. But here's the thing. It may not be that way when you get to college. I know, don't bite my head off. But listen, college is designed to push you, especially fine arts programs in situations like plays and musicals and choirs and things like that. So it's only natural that you may not receive every part or solo that you auditioned for in college because you're up against the entire program, the entire school of kids that want the exact same thing as you. Just like you are in high school, except now you're dealing with a senior who has 3 years of advantage on you and has studied under the same professor that you have for 3 more years. So they're more polished, they have a stronger voice, they have more poise, they have way more experience than you do. So don't take it personally if you don't get that part. It's a completely natural part of college, and every experience is different. Just make sure that you are prepared for what it may be like to be a freshman at a brand new campus. Now, are you the kid in high school that loves to sing, tries really freaking hard in every rehearsal and performance and everything that they're involved in, but never really sees many results? I have good news for you, friend. Your college experience probably won't be the same as your high school experience. You're welcome. College is a whole new crop of kids, each very talented, but talented in different ways. So don't go into your university or college experience with preconceived notions that you aren't going to be successful. If you do that, you've already taken yourself out. Give every audition, class, and rehearsal your very, very, very best. And be confident that you're good enough for your dreams. Even though you don't get to directly control who gets the parts in the musicals or who gets the solos in choir, your college experience is what you make it. So have that confidence and go for it. I'd like to tell you just a little anecdote about me to back up these points. And if you want to know more about me, and this is the first video that you're seeing on my channel, there's another video that I just posted that you can check down in the description. There's a link to the video that's more about my journey and why I started this channel. But I'd like to tell you just a little thing about me. In high school, I was not someone who received leads. I was not someone who made the top choirs right away or felt that I was really recognized for all of the work and talent that I felt that I brought to every musical and vocal endeavor. So even when I was accepted into a musical theater program at a university after high school, I pretty much went into it thinking I would just be a fly on the wall for most of my time there, and that I wouldn't actually make any real impact while I was there, because that's what I was used to. My first semester in college, I auditioned for our university's production of Into the Woods. I expected to just get an ensemble role and sway in the back behind the leads because that's what I did in high school, and that's pretty much all I thought I was good for. To my complete shock, I was one of the final 2 girls considered for the role of Cinderella, the lead. The other girl that I was up against was a senior, and she ended up getting the part. But I ended up being offered the role of Rapunzel. It was a huge part for a freshman that was new to campus. I got to sing a few duets on stage, and I got to belt out those super, super high notes every single time I was on stage. If you know Into the Woods, you know that Rapunzel just does this like, that, like, every time she's on stage, she just does that, right? So I got to do that, and it was so fun. It was so fun to be in this show, and it gave me the confidence that I had been lacking in high school because I was never given any opportunity to shine in that way. Once I left university and started community college, I thrived there as well. I received a ton of solos in the 4 choirs that I participated in, and I became sort of a leader in my choir, which was something that I really never got the opportunity to do in high school. And it was so great because it was like I made an impact on the people around me and brought something to something that I loved so much. My final transfer to my last university to get my bachelor's degree proved to be yet another success because I actually auditioned for The Drowsy Chaperone my first semester there and was cast in the title role of The Drowsy Chaperone. So here I am again at a new campus, and I go out for something that I think I'm gonna love, and I get the lead. Sometimes you just have to leave high school. Sometimes you just need to fly little birdie out of the nest and go try somewhere else where someone will recognize your talent. So start fresh and give it your all somewhere else. All right, well, that's all I have for you today. Go ahead and like and subscribe if this video helped you, and feel free to drop a comment of anything that you think I should cover that might help you transition from singing in high school to singing in college and what you want to know about it. I also do offer voice lessons. If you're interested in starting that, go ahead and send an email to the email below, and I will schedule a consultation with you and we'll get that rolling. Hope you guys have a good day, and I will talk to you very soon.